Hello again. Well, in the last video we looked at debatable and non-debatable statements. This video we're going to be looking at providing support for debatable statements, or as we sometimes call them, premises. Okay, and the reason that we have to provide support is because without support, debatable statements are merely opinions. So let's begin. Alright, here we go. Providing support for debatable statements, or as we sometimes call them, premises. Let's read this together. Alright, you know that debatable statements are not statements of fact, but are statements or premises with which other people may agree or not agree. So, when you're writing your argumentative essays, your aim is to make your readers agree with your debatable statements or premises. Okay, you need to convince your readers of the value or truth of your premises, because by themselves they are not convincing. They are just statements. They are just statements. Well, yes, they are opinions. They need support. So in this section you're going to learn how to provide supporting statements for your premises. Okay, and Bill Daly uses the word premise from now on for any debatable statement, and I think this is a good idea because this is the academic word, this is the technical word for this type of thing. Okay, right. Remember, sometimes we like to call them an assertion. And we're also going to be looking at the use of connectives to link the statements together. So we're going to begin by looking at this example here. It begins with a premise, and the premise is that marijuana should be legalized. Well, I think you'll agree with me that this premise is indeed debatable. People will argue about this. And we're going to support the premise with two supports. Supporting statement 1, it is less harmful to people's health than alcohol, and supporting statement 2, a very large percentage of the population uses it. So in other words, we have our premise and we're going to support it with these 2 points, this one and this one. Okay, now as we can see, both supporting statements provide information that helps support the premise. Alright, but now we're going to connect them together. Alright, in other words, we're going to use connectives to link these statements together. So we're looking at the second example here. Okay, our premise, as we can see, marijuana should be legalized. And now look at the connective here. Firstly, comma. This connective is used to connect this supporting statement to the premise, and the second connective, in addition, comma, is used to connect this supporting statement to the premise. As you can see here, firstly tells the reader this is the first supporting statement, and in addition tells the reader that this is an extra supporting statement. Other connectives that you could use instead of in addition are furthermore. You could also use moreover, and secondly is another of these connectives that you can use. But it seems that generally there's no other formal connective for first. Okay, there are other connectives, but they're not formal. And we really need to keep our writing formal because this is academic writing. Okay, well, as usual, let's go on to a task to test whether we understand what's happening here. Okay, task number 1. The following premises, P, so here's a premise, P, premise, and so on, have one supporting statement, SS1, supporting statement 1. Rewrite them, adding a second supporting statement. So your task is to add SS2 and also use connectives for the first and second supporting statements. So you've got two things to do. Firstly, you have to add a second supporting statement, and as well as that, you need to join the supporting statements SS1 and SS2 to the premise using connectives. Here I suggest that you pause the video and finish writing the second supporting statement and including connectives for first and second supporting statements, and when you're ready, unpause the video so that we can have a look at the suggested or possible answers. Okay, well, how do you think you went? Let's have a look at the suggested or possible answers. Okay, the topic was immigration. Here is a suggested premise. A strong immigration program is necessary in Australia. Firstly, the population is too small to sustain economic growth. Moreover, immigrants bring in new skills that can help the country develop. Well, let's have a closer look at this. As I said, we have a premise here. This is the premise. Then we have the SS1 or supporting statement 1 here, and notice supporting statement 1 here uses the connective firstly, and the second supporting statement is here, SS2, and this supporting statement uses a connective, and the connective here is moreover. Pause the tape now and look at each of the others in your own time, and when you finish doing that, we'll go on to the next part of the video.